Good morning, everyone. We sincerely appreciate you being here, particularly on such short notice. I'd like to now officially convene the meeting and ask Secretary Grumbles to call the roll.
Mr. Cochran?
Here.
Mr. Duckett?
Here.
Mrs. Grumbles here. Mr. Brown? Here. Dr. Caudle? Here. Dr. Keyes? Here. Mrs. Hopkins? Here. Mr. McCullen? Here. Mr. McMahon? Here. Mr. Noth? Here. Mr. Stevens? Here. Mr. Stone? Here. Ms. Putman? Here. Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
Thank you, Julia. I'd now like to ask Clayton Summers to present the agenda to us, please. As Chair of the Board of Trustees, it is my responsibility to remind all members of the Board of Trustees of their duty under the State Government Ethics Act to avoid conflicts of interest or the appearance of conflicts of interest as required by the Act. Each member has received the agenda and related information for this Board of Trustees meeting. If any board member knows of any conflict of interest or the appearance of a conflict of interest with respect to any matter coming before the Board of Trustees at this meeting, the conflict of interest or the appearance of conflict of interest should be identified at this time. Do we have any conflicts or appearance of conflicts? If not, I'll move right into my remarks. Again, welcome. Good morning. We appreciate your interest in the affairs of not only the university, but the Board of Trustees of the university, as we are here to consider the university's proposal for the disposition and preservation of the Confederate monument. It is fitting that in our 225th anniversary year, we are pursuing what I firmly believe will be a positive path forward from a complex history, ever mindful that our university exists to faithfully serve the people of North Carolina. On behalf of the trustees, I again want to reiterate our thanks and appreciation of Chair Harry Smith and our Board of Governors partners, along with President Margaret Spellings, for providing this opportunity to develop a proposed plan and for granting our request for a brief extension so we had more time to evaluate options and relevant information. Working closely with Chancellor Folt and her senior leadership team, the trustees have been fully engaged in the hard work of identifying holistic and feasible solutions after following a thoughtful and thorough process. We concur with Chancellor Folt's praise for the high level and quality of feedback shared by the campus and Chapel Hill communities, our alumni, and the public on this important topic. We appreciate all this thoughtful feedback. I'm also proud and grateful that previous efforts by the Board of Trustees have helped to provide a solid foundation on which to build this plan. I'm referring to the principles established in a multi-pronged resolution this board approved in May of 2015, directing the Chancellor and the campus to take a comprehensive approach to telling the full story of the university's history. I want to acknowledge the hard work during that period, which included a full year of dialogue with students and the campus, as well as consultation with national history experts. I commend our past chair and current trustee Caudle and Vice Chair Duckett for the integral roles they played in these efforts to address this university's history in such a constructive and forward-looking way. As a result, we have already focused on the critical importance of curation and education, and I believe that has served this board, the administration, and the university exceptionally well over the past years. Finally, I want to thank Chancellor Folt and her colleagues for their continued leadership, diligence, and extraordinary commitment to getting this right for our great university's future. Thank you. And now, Chancellor, remarks?
Thank you, Chair Cochran. I'm just going to be very brief. I just want to echo really what you said and thank everyone for being here on short notice. Like all of us here and in my team, we were really grateful to the Board of Governors for the extension. We do want to get this right, and we believe we have, and I see that we have at least two governors, Governor Byers and Rucho, in the audience, and we appreciate your being here. You know, the Board of Trustees and the senior leadership team have done many things together, and we will continue to. And I just want to say how grateful we all have been for the extent to which people have been willing to work at all hours and in any time. And it has been something that I think has cemented our commitments to working together on all the things that we do for this great university. As you heard before, and I'll say a little bit later, the students, the faculty, and staff have been just amazing, and the public, in answering requests for input and reaching out to us. And, you know, these comments that we have received have been incredibly powerful. Some of them have been so touching. And what I learned from that is how many people truly do love this university. And that is such a responsibility, but it's really quite wonderful. We listened to you, we heard you, we've been working very hard, and I realized how many people who work here and support this place truly love this university. And so that is something that we can build on in all aspects of our work. We've got a lot to cover, and I'm looking forward to presenting our plan to you shortly. And I just want to say again how proud I am to join with the Board of Trustees and our teams in offering this significant proposal.
To go into closed session.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the board convene in closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute Section 143-3118.11. A1, to prevent the disclosure of privileged information under Section 126-22 and the following, and also pursuant to Section 143-318.11, A3, A6, A7, and A9.
Do we have a second to that motion? Any further discussion? If not, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We now will convene in closed session.